If you read the Valmiki Ramayana properly, it clearly shows how Ravan's Lanka is not part of the modern day Sri Lanka that we see today, which I will explain in this video. But if that is true, what about the Ram Setu or the Adam's bridge that we see today? Is it the same bridge that was built during Ramayana? Well, let's find out. So firstly, talking about Ravan's Lanka in Valmiki Ramayana Sundara Kandam, it's clearly mentioned how Bhagwan Hanuman flew for 100 Yojanas to reach Ravan's Lanka. Here, 1 Yojana is around 13 kilometers, so 100 Yojanas is 1300 kilometers. But the modern day Sri Lanka we see today is only 40 to 50 kilometers away from the southern part of India. The next is the city of Ravan's Lanka that was told to be around 1300 kilometers in length and 390 kilometers in breadth, but the modern day Sri Lanka is only 432 kilometers in length and 224 kilometers in breadth, which again shows how Ravan's Lanka and modern day Sri Lanka are not the same. So here clearly Ravan's Lanka was far away in the Indian Ocean, which through time might have submerged into the ocean. And if that is true, what about the Ram Setu we see today? Well, now again going back to Valmiki Ramayana's Yuddha Kanda, it's mentioned how this Setu was built from the southern part of India to Ravan's Lanka in 5 days, with the Vanaras building 14 Yojanas on day 1, 20 Yojanas on day 2, 21 on day 3, 22 on day 4 and 23 Yojanas on day 5, completing 100 Yojanas bridge, which is 1300 kilometers. Then next, according to Padma Puran Srishti Kandam chapter 38, mentions how many years after the war, when Sriram was ruling Ayodhya and after Sita Ma had returned to Mother Earth, Sriram once visited Lanka to meet Vibishan, and during their meeting, Vibishan told Sriram that the bridge they had built during the war could become a danger in the future because enemies might misuse it to come over and attack the Lanka. So here Sriram understood Vibhishan's concern, and to protect Lanka, Sriram himself broke and destroyed the Setu using his arrows so that no one could misuse it again. So maybe the Ram Setu we see today might be the leftover part of the original Setu that was built, or this could be a bridge that could have formed naturally a few thousand years ago, where many scientists who studied the Ram Setu believe that the floating stones found there are actually pumice stones, which are type of volcanic rock formed when lava cools rapidly with trapped gas bubbles inside the stone, and because of this air pockets, pumice stone has a much lower density than water, which is why it can float. And when it was carbon dated, they found it to be 7000 years old, which is clearly doesn't align with the Ramayan's timeline that happened way before 7000 years ago. Please note that I'm not making up any stories, and I've clearly given all my references in detail with each verse number in the caption of this video, so feel free to explore them. Jai Sriram.